Yes, son, this is a good question. Let's have a talk. I'm talking to you, son. I'm talking to you, daughter. I'm talking to the young generation. I want to talk to you, young generation. Which force are you connected to? That's the question I want to go through. Just give me maximum 10 minutes of your time, please. Yes, let's have a talk. Oftentimes, we don't realize we create our lives based on which force we are connected to. But a lot of people don't know so. On one way, the pain and suffering leading to death. And the other one, the joy, fulfillment of life. So the question is, son, daughter, which force are you connected to? Because if you don't tell me which force you're connected to, means you didn't understand the rules of life. And this is really important. Let's have a talk. You all know me, but today I do my best. I want to talk to somebody in particular, and I want him to focus on this little video because I know he was trying to watch me, but most of the time I speak in French. But today, this message is for you, son. Now, look at me carefully. Do you see what I'm wearing, right? What it says? U.S. Army. Number one, to join the U.S. Army, you have to be healthy. You have to dedicate yourself. If you were lazy, they're going to make you a better man. If you're addicted to anything, you can't make it. Or you got to take a decision. And that's how a lot of folks, when they join the U.S. Army, when they get out of there, they become different. Different women, different men. Why? There is one thing which no matter the country you're from, no matter the culture, no matter the race, nor the religion, it's called discipline. So let me quickly remind you how our body, before talking about the connection to the force you want to lead your life. Because whichever direction you're taking, the force will attract you either to death, either to suffering, either to pain, and it's a mess. And that mess is what? That's why, first of all, let me remind you how our body is constituted. So, the constitution of our body means how our body is made. When I'm talking about the body here, I'm not focusing or emphasizing on a physical body. Yes, beyond or underneath this physical body, you have different bodies. And this is very important to understand that. I just took you the simple example, the basic symbol of army. When you go to army, you have to train, you have to get dedicated, you have to enlighten your vision. You have to achieve your goals and objectives by focusing in one thing. One thing. Be strong and go forward to protect first yourself and protect your country. And the protection of your country as a U.S. soldier joining the U.S. Army, you have something in common, like I said earlier, which is called the discipline. Without any discipline on any field, on any matter, you cannot succeed. You cannot be a better woman or a better man. So I'm going to emphasize and insist on this particular thing, discipline. So what's the discipline? The discipline involves a lot of changes in your life. And those changes can come in out or out in. But generally, it's from in out. Means your behavior. The behavior is a sort of a package you have within you. Because what you're watching, what you're seeing, what you're imitating, you see somebody speaking, you see somebody the way he's dressed up, you see somebody the way he talk, inward, cursing, whatever you name it. What force do you think you're going to be connected to? Compared to somebody who's going to come and motivate you, who's going to show by his good manners, etc., etc., you will make a choice. So that's why I said our body. You have what we call the mental body, and that mental body includes all the psych side. The psych side means when we talk about psych, it's so little, infinite things we cannot see, but we can feel them. Inside your brain, you have all different bodies as well. We call inside the head, besides the brain, all these different inside the brain, which is divided into two hemispheres, A and B, the left and the right. And those, of course, will influence the way you conducting yourself. That's independently from your own. This was mainly made by the creator of the universe. Those basics, or these basic knowledge, unfortunately, the religion will not focus more on it. So, on the head, you have the process of thinking. What do you think? And now, whatever you're thinking is managed by the cerebral system, hypothalamus. The hypothalamus, which is, of course, the center of registering, the center of all sensations of your body, which connect through this neural system. The neuron system means the electricity from the brain send the messages, the signals through all of your body. So means, number one, body, you need to watch out. It's your head. What is in your head? It's how you feed your head, because the way you feed your head, and that's you, the way you connect your force to whichever direction you want to take. Okay? So the head itself got all kind of information, either personal or individual or inner information or outside information. So the main engine of all, it's your head. Number two, you have what we call the soul. Your soul, religious prospect, it's what we call the temple or the presence of God within us. Being created at the image of God, we are the likeness of God. We like becoming like a God. And how can you become like a God when your soul is not residing into a proper and cleaner temple? Now, I'm joining the religious folks. When you read the Bible, Paul, the founder of Christianity, he said this: you are the temple of God. How can you be the temple of God when your temple is receiving all kind of stuff? Your temple is receiving the visit. You got a lot of visitors, marijuana visitors, cocaine visitors, all crap talk show crap visitors. What I'm talking about, the talk shows, means everything you see out there on internet, on the TV, it's not necessarily good for your soul. It will, of course, impact you. That's why, remember in the beginning, I said, which force are you connected to? Because the force you're connected to can lead either to your happy life, to a happy life, mean to fulfill your life and get whatsoever you want. Now, let's focus on the basics of you were created at the image of God, and so you are the likeness of God. Being the likeness of God, like a soldier joining the army, the U.S. Army, you have to keep in mind, number one rule is the discipline. When it comes to discipline, of course, it's not easy, because your brain, due to what we are watching, what we are going through from the direct and indirect environment. We are bombarded for a lot of things, from the TV shows, from all these things we're seeing around, the people behaviors and people smoking weed and people acting all crazy, and the bad news around, the politicians fighting each other, all the hypocrisy going on around the world. All these things, unfortunately, can dictate which force you're going to be connected to. That's why you need the discipline. The discipline will help you to settle down all these ambient events going on outside, which unfortunately may affect you through your vision, through your feelings, through your emotions. Son, I'm talking to you because you're a young man. You just turned 18, 19, 20. Do not take in the wrong direction when we're talking about the freedom. Freedom does not mean you shall be free to do whatever indeed you want to do and to hurt yourself and hurt your family, hurt your mom and dad. Freedom does not mean you have to wear or dress like crazy. Freedom does not mean you have to imitate somebody because somebody's smoking weed and what your vision is to reach your goals like a soldier. Through the discipline, you have to be selecting which force you want to be connected to. And the force you want to connect it to is going to lead you to the right path of liberty and freedom. And the real freedom I'm talking about. And the freedom is, indeed, I'm free of drugs. Indeed, I'm free of marijuana. Indeed, I'm free of cocaine. Indeed, I'm free of alcoholism and all kinds of street drugs given here and there by the bad friends and bad companies. You see what I'm saying? So we have an old saying here in America saying this: tell me who you're hanging out with, I'll tell you who you are. Tell me who you're hanging out with, then I'll tell you who you are, right? Don't you agree with that, son? You watching me, listen carefully. I have something here. Be like me, be like a soldier, be healthy. I'm on my 60s, I can guarantee you. I never done drugs in my life. I never done alcohol. I never mess around, and I try to feed myself with the positive thoughts. I try to select who's my friend, who I'm watching. It's true, I was in a religion. I was following Jesus. I was following Islam. I was following all these pastors and the crazy talk and the good talk. But I have to make a choice. Son, I'm talking to you because your mama said you can't understand English. So today, I decided to just do this for you. I promise. I will not be so long. Now, I read somewhere in the book of the wisdom, and that book of the wisdom will help you to understand the main purpose of what I'm at today, talking to you, sitting here. Why this man talking to me? What the hell you want to try to tell me? Because I have something really to share with you, which is very important. That's why in the first place I said, which force are you connected to, son? And the book of the wisdom, if you read, even you didn't throw the Bible away. When you read the conclusion of Solomon in one of the books, he wrote a book of the wisdom. He says this: son, out there, you got a lot of books. There is no need for you to kill yourself, to feel, or to fulfill, or to really get all this kind of knowledge by having a lot of books when your life has not changed, when your temple is really dirty. So the book of the wisdom is saying that no matter whichever force we are connected to, so we have here two forces we need to focus on. The first force is called the force of pain, the force of suffering, and the force of death. Are you choosing that way? Because the force of, that force of pain and suffering and death is anything related to whatever you're doing to hurt and harm yourself. Because when you harm yourself, you're taking drugs, you're harming yourself. And a lot of people are promoting these kind of things, which is the negative force, that negative force which is going to lead you to really kill you. And in spirituality, we call it the ego action. The ego action will, of course, bring you there. The ego action will, of course, enables you, will, of course, lead you to not listen to your parents. The ego action will make you refuse, will make you push back any good and positive counseling from your family, from your daddy, from your mom. Yeah, I understand. You may not have a really daddy model presence in the house, in your home, or in your life, but you have your mama caring about you. You have your mama in tears, crying because of your choices you're making, because you're following the ego action. The ego actions means what? A lot of folks, the crazy people, because of this internet, they have the freedom to express themselves. Look the way they're dressing up. I watched one of the video you were watching. I was not happy about looking at that because the man is talking about fighting the government. Number one rule, you have to be submitted to the authorities. You have to respect the authorities. There is no need for us to go back to the slavery time. There is no need to bring back those bad memories. There is a need for us to move forward and have a better citizens, being better citizens in our life, and to focus more on which kind of force we try to lead to. Instead of letting you down, instead of conducting yourself and putting aside the discipline, what I was just showing the beginning of my purpose, of my introduction, follow your instead of following the ego action which led to pain, suffering, and death. Instead of that, the book of the wisdom is telling us what to do. The book of the wisdom is sending us the second force. And remember the first force, that first force which it's actually from the ego action led us to suffering, pain, and death, right? I don't think that's the right path you want to go through. Now, the second force you need to connect to is the force of good action instead of the ego action. Because when you follow the ego action, it's the non-action of yourself following and achieving your goals and the rules. And is to reject and put a frontier, put a barrier between you and your family, between you and your mama. You know the mama is a mother-loving creature on earth. Oh, God Almighty gave us a good creature who can assist us, who can help us and do better in our life. Now, for about the good action, you have some good positive stuff, such as the joy, such as the fulfillment of life. And you see, when you fulfill your life, means you are disciplined, means you're on the path of succeeding in your life. Oh gosh, the time is going too fast. I need to close it up. Let me tell you, son, we have the power to choose our reality. We have the power to choose our path. We have the power to reject whatever is not good and whichever can enable us to move on and be a good person. Each moment, each second, each hour, each time, we connect in varying degrees to light or to the darkness. Do we choose to go to the darkness? When we choose to go to the darkness, that's the ego of action. If we choose to go to the light, then we choose then to go to the God action, because God action is the joy and the fulfillment of life. God action is to see you happy. God action is to be his temple, a living temple who listens to the mama, who listen and follow the right masters of the life. The good masters of life is somebody, maybe I might not, you don't know my private life, but I can tell you truly, truly, very, very, I'm telling you, I never done drugs in my life. I never done alcohol in my life. I've seen some of my patients because I work in a psych hospital. I can guarantee you, I have young folks from 16 years old at juvenile prisons. I've been there so far. I've seen all these youngs. They got all these demons following them around. And those demons is because of marijuana consumption. It's because of drugs. It's because of imitation. Why you try to imitate somebody who's doing drugs? Why you try to imitate somebody who's dressed like crazy? How you try to imitate somebody got all these tattoos, all of them faces, all completely look like a devil? What's wrong with you, young man? What's wrong with you? Is that how you're going to build your future? I don't think so. So our life moves on, based on the choice of we're making of the reality of life. Because the degree of actions connect us to God. The really actions, which is the God actions, connect us to God. And when we connect to God, that's we as initiated people, as shamans, we help people to initiate themselves and to face themselves. You got to face to face to yourself before you can face God. Do you understand what I'm saying? I understand you're upset because you went to these churches. I understand you're upset because you went to different religious folks. You understand you're upset. You try to find the right path to your freedom. But the freedom is not smoking marijuana. The freedom is not to sniff. The freedom is not to take street pills. The freedom is the joy. And when you live in the joy, you listen to your mama. Because to that degree, like I said, we will experience the light. When you experience the light, you can then enlighten people. You can enlighten people. What I'm doing, mostly in French, I'm telling you, a lot of people changes their life. So I can coach you, young son. I can coach you whatever time it will take. I want to be your coach. I want to be your spiritual father so you can follow the right steps, because I will not encourage you to dirty your temple, to invite crazy visitors into your temple through the shows, through YouTube, through whatever you're watching. Of course, I'm doing my show here on YouTube. Somebody can take the right decision based on what I'm saying. So which force are you connected to? You need to be connected to the God action. And to be connected to the God action does not mean necessarily you have to join a religion. No way. You have to join the right part of your freedom. And that right part of freedom is what we call the initiation. Initiation based on the real knowledge. The knowledge which changes your life in a very positive way. A good man, well dressed up, no tattoos all around the damn faces, make you like crazy demon. That's the real man. That's the God man, what we're looking for. As we choose to move closer to the light, we will experience a greater degree of fulfillment in our life with less pain. Because when you make the right choice and you follow the right people, when you listen to some shows like mine here, what I'm going to tell you, I will never encourage you to go at your age. You're only 18 or 19 years old. You just graduated from high school to pick and choose the bad ways. What kind of rap song you listening to? Listen. Myself, sometimes I'm listening to some rap songs. I like to listen to Drake. This young man Drake, when he sings, I like it because I can understand the lyrics. I can understand the message. I can understand deeply what is impacting people's life. I have the freedom to express myself. I will not listen to people like other folks I don't want to see give the name here. Because these folks, they always sing about guns. They always sing about guns. Guns and drugs and women and the girls and drugs and money. Easy money. Son, you graduated from high school not to get easy money. It's to work hard your ass. You need to work hard your ass and move on and have a better life. Did you get my message? Which force are you connected to now? Which force are you connected to? Make the good choice. Make it up. Look my face. U.S. Army. Act like a soldier. Be a soldier. I told you I'm on my 60s. I just finished my 300 push-ups. And I still fight, young man. And I'm fighting in a positive way to keep my body healthy. I try to eat healthy. I don't have a good and beautiful and a loving mommy like you. Your mom is worried about you. Your mom is calling me day and night. So worried about the choices you are making. Which kind of choice you're making? Because those choices will lead you either to a negative force or the force of your ego actions. Are you following the ego actions? Are you following the God action? If you make a choice, give me an answer by Saturday. Because Saturday I want to talk to you. I already took an appointment with your mama. That's why I made this video. Thank you for listening to me, young son. We need to have a real talk. I told you, you will meet somebody on your way. Somebody is going to wake you up. Somebody who's a real soldier. A real soldier don't do no drugs. A real soldier is a fighter. A real soldier listen to mama. Because your mama was given by God. After God is your mama. You need to listen to her. We the father, sometimes we don't have that time to take care of our kids. Not me. But most of fathers, they don't do so. Thank you for listening to me. Now, I have finished with your case. Let me summarize what I just said in French, because a lot of people looking at me saying, well, what the man is saying here? What the hell is going on? I want you to share this video to all these American young kids. Please do so. It's what? Okay, 25 minutes, I promise. I will do it in 28 minutes. Now, conclusion. Please, pass on this video. Ask them to subscribe to my video. Yes, I can speak English. I can speak Spanish. I can speak other languages. I can speak Mandarin Chinese as well as French. But the most of people following me here because of my past life as a politician, that's why I always speak in French. So let me finalize it as in French. le message d'aujourd'hui était un message d'encouragement vis-à-vis des jeunes Américains. J'ai des mamans gabonaises qui ont des enfants qui sont nés aux États-Unis et ces enfants ont dérouté de leur chemin. Ils imitent des choses. Ils ont voulu suivre le chemin de la spiritualité. Malheureusement, beaucoup ont fait le mauvais choix. Ils me suivaient au début, mais ils se sont dit non, je parle beaucoup plus en français. C'est ainsi qu'ils se sont intéressés à des jeunes qui font passer des messages, des jeunes noirs américains qui sont complètement nus, avec des histoires autour du cou et qui font de la drogue, qui fument du chanvre, qui disent que non, la véritable liberté, c'est d'aller vers Dieu et qui sont là à attaquer le gouvernement américain. Donc, ce sont ce qu'on appelle des... ils ont un terme ici, là. Ils passent tout le temps à critiquer le gouvernement américain. C'est pas cela. Donc, je lui ai dit de faire un choix. La vie est un choix. Donc, sur quelle force êtes-vous connecté? Si vous voulez, je ferai cet enseignement spécial en français. Sur quelle force êtes-vous connecté? Parce qu'il y a deux forces qui animent l'univers. Il y a la force qu'on appelle la force des actions de votre ego. Les actions de votre ego, ce sont celles-là qui vous entraînent aux douleurs, aux souffrances, et vous entraînent à la mort. Qu'est-ce qui peut vous entraîner aux douleurs et aux souffrances? Mais c'est souvent les mauvais choix que vous faites qui sont ce que j'appelle les actions de l'ego. Votre ego, si vous ne détruisez pas votre ego, qui vous permet ici de vous retrouver en enfer, pas littéralement un enfer qui brûle, mais c'est-à-dire dans la merde totale. Et vous vous posez des questions, pourquoi vous ne réussissez plus? Si vous ne prenez pas le soin d'écouter la petite voix qui vous parle, si vous ne prenez pas le soin d'écouter vos parents, surtout moi je m'adresse aux jeunes, ce jeune a eu son bac l'année dernière et aujourd'hui la maman est toute malheureuse. Tout comme d'autres jeunes Africains, d'autres jeunes Gabonais, d'autres jeunes Africains qui vivent aux États-Unis, qui veulent vivre maintenant à se comparer à ces rappeurs qui encouragent la drogue, les gangs, les armes et tout cela. Moi, personnellement, j'écoute le rap, mais j'ai le choix. J'aimais écouter 50 Cent, j'aimais écouter Mos Def et j'aimais écouter Drake. Mais de nos jours, j'écoute beaucoup plus Drake parce que c'est non seulement un intellectuel, il a fait l'université, mais ses messages sont fluides et des messages qui amènent à l'éveil de la conscience. Voyez-vous? Mais nos enfants aujourd'hui, ils vont voir des gens qui sont nus, des gens qui, machin, soi-disant, c'est des éveilleurs de conscience. On ne peut pas éveiller la conscience de quelqu'un par le mauvais exemple. J'ai pris le cas de ma casquette, c'est l'armée américaine, US Army. J'ai dit, à partir d'aujourd'hui, jeunesse, comportez-vous comme des soldats. Parce que dans l'armée américaine, dans n'importe quelle armée du monde, on exige la discipline. Ce matin, je fais près de 300 pompes et je le fais 6 jours sur 7, tous les jours. Et tout à l'heure, travaillais sur mon makiwara, j'ai tapé fort. Et tout à l'heure, je veux manger et ensuite me reposer 2 heures et repartir au boulot. La vie est un combat. C'est un parcours du combattant. Vous ne pouvez pas, pour une raison ou une autre, vous laisser tomber à cause, parce que la religion des Blancs nous ont déçus. Parce que le cas de ces jeunes Gabonais qui sont ici, ils suivent mes émissions, mais les parents sont encore bilingues. Mais ces enfants qui sont nés ici, vous savez, même le mien, là, il commence à boiter en français. En plus, fortement, mon petit-fils, il a complètement oublié le français. Donc, c'est notre rôle de pouvoir réveiller leur conscience. Rapprochez-les auprès de moi. Faites-les abonner sur ma chaîne. Donc, vous qui avez des enfants qui ne parlent plus français, qui ne parlent qu'anglais, s'il vous plaît, branchez-les sur Tétan Zambé le Tout-Puissant. Écrivez-moi sur les forums. Je peux faire des enseignements en anglais, comme je l'ai fait ce matin. Alors, sur quelle force êtes-vous câblé? Est-ce que c'est la force de votre ego, c'est-à-dire les actions de l'ego qui vous entraînent à l'enfer, ou bien ce sont les actions de Dieu, et ces actions de Dieu qui ne sont autres que la paix, la lumière, comment dirais-je, atteindre vos objectifs. Et cette lumière, vous pouvez l'obtenir en vous initiant. D'abord, en faisant l'initiation qu'on appelle l'initiation douce, par la connaissance de soi et l'éveil de votre conscience. Cela n'est pas compliqué. OK? Et ensuite, l'initiation forte, quand vous avez les moyens, vous pouvez vous y rendre en Afrique pour recevoir cette initiation et de ranger votre vie afin de vibrer sur la force positive, sur la force de l'action divine, sur la force qui vous permet de vivre un bon exemplaire. Car un bon exemple, ce n'est pas avoir les cheveux savamment comme un fou, ce n'est pas mettre des tatous n'importe comment, ce n'est pas montrer son corps sans t-shirt dessus et vous dites vous êtes un bon exemple. Cette expression, la liberté, ça entrave et blesse la liberté des véritables enfants de Dieu qui cherchent à travailler à l'intérieur de leur temple, car le temple de Dieu est réellement en vous. Et pour garder ce temple pur et saint, vous devez également entretenir votre tête pure et saine, car la tête est le canal d'excellence par excellence où vous recevez, où vous envoyez tout ce qui est nocif ou mauvais pour vous. Thank you so much for watching me. I'm sorry I took a lot of time for this little I thought I'm going to speak for 10 minutes. It finally went up to 30 minutes. I'm so sorry. But please, Can you spread this like bread, spread the bread like Jesus Christ did with the 5,000 people? He spread a fish and 2 fishes and 3 breads. Can you do that for me, please? So that a lot of people, English-speaking folks here in America or England, or whatever, South Africa, they can subscribe, because I can still do the teachings in English as well as other languages and besides my French, which is kind of broken French now. Be blessed, y'all. Thank you so much. May the greatness, the Almighty Creator of all, bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a blessed one. Be blessed. Yes, please give and share this video to your son, Mama. I know who I'm talking about, and she knows. Have a blessed day.